Welcome guys back to another YouTube video, and today we are going to be showing you how to improve your game skill, game mechanics, movement, and etc. Be sure to like and subscribe on this video if you haven't already, and let's get into it. So first things first, when we talk about slide canceling. Slide canceling is a very nice mechanic to use when you need to stop your slide midway through, and it consists of pressing BBA. But now in MW3, it is BA. Now, if you ever played MW2, the new modern MW2, last Call of Duty, you'll know how important slide canceling really is. So yeah, enough of that. The main thing that could help you with slide canceling if you're having trouble is trying to play claw. So yeah, playing claw basically just consists of having your index finger on all four of your buttons, A, B, X, and Y, and having your middle finger controlling your bumper and your trigger. And yeah, that's how you slide cancel, so let's move on. So before we go into depth about more slide canceling peaks or anything like that, you need to put on this setting called slide only. So you go to your controller setting, you would go to gameplay, and it'll be, eventually you'll see it, and put on slide only, because originally it'll put you on tap to slide, but it gives you a delay. The delay is because it is trying to register if you're trying to slide or if you're trying to dive. So it gives you a little delay on the slide, which is very bad, because if you're in the middle of a fight and it gives you a delay, that could be the make or break decision of if you win the fight or not. And also, it just feels clunky in my opinion. So here's what it looks like with tap to slide. And you can tell there's like a little delay, but it does take away your dolphin dive. So to be honest, this is more of an optional type thing, but I play with slide only, and I think that it's the way to go, especially if you're trying to do movement tech or anything like that. But honestly, it comes down to your choice if you want to keep dolphin diving or not. But in my opinion, slide only is the best way to go, because there's no delay, and it's more smooth, and the dolphin dive is not really used, to be honest. It's only really used in Warzone. So if you're playing multiplayer, it's not really that deep, in my opinion. So what I'm about to show you is how to peek while sliding in, because there's multiple ways to peek, but there's only a few actual ways that you should peek without having to make yourself a target. So what I'm about to show you is what you should not do, because while you're doing this, it makes you a target, and it makes you easy to kill, and that is exactly what you do not want to happen. So yeah, as you can see, since I just ran out there like that, I got beamed pretty quickly. And that's the reason why you shouldn't do that. You'd want to do other things to help it so you don't do that again, because that is the easiest way to die right there, is just peeking out like that and making yourself look goofy, which you do not want to do. In this clip, this is showing you how you should peek, and that is why I get rewarded with a kill. So as you can see, what I did there is I slid and then jumped, and I jumped so I wasn't such an easy target, because that means if I jump, it means if he's looking at my legs and he tries to shoot there, he's not going to get any hits on me, and then I get the kill easily. And as you know, especially multiplayer, if you're playing S&D, this game is really fast paced, so you don't really have time to react to that. Maybe in Warzone, but if you're playing multiplayer, there's no time to react to that. And that's exactly why I got the kill, because I bunny hopped and made me a harder target while he was just standing there, just sitting there goofing off. If you don't like the idea of b-hopping and peeking like that, there's also another way that you could do it, including drop shotting. Drop shotting is basically when you just go prone and making where the enemy cannot hit you except when you're laying down. So, if they're aiming at your head and stuff, they'll have to aim all the way down to get you. And by the time, if you have good aim, by the time they do all that, you'll get the kill already, especially if you got a fast TTK weapon, hint, fast B, rival 9, stuff like that. Now I'm going to show you how you should get kills and you shouldn't get kills when you're mantling up a wall or anything like that. Anything like a tall box, a wall, or anything like that. There's a specific way that you should try to peek somebody and try to kill somebody. Because while you're climbing up the wall, you are an easy target if you just sit there standing up. But if you do other movement, like jumping off there to a side, like right or left, either way your terrain is in game, it makes it way harder for them to track you and easier for you to track them. And if you get that kill, you'll be able to, by the time you're off there, they'll be dead. Now, if you end up in a climbing position like I am right here in this video, I wouldn't do this. If you were in this position, I would jump off. But if you have to stay in this position, then you would probably just want to go forward, or you'd probably want to go to the sides like the last. But the only reason you shouldn't go up and like you wouldn't go up there is because it holds you into a spot where you cannot shoot or you cannot aim. It's like a delay when you're climbing up there on that positioning. You do not want that. So honestly, if you're doing that and you don't have to, don't do it. But if you have to, like you literally have to, do it, but you probably will die, to be honest. So in this next part, we're going to be doing snaking. Now, snaking requires you to go into your controller settings and put it on automatic tack sprint. And honestly, there's no reason not to have automatic tack sprint on. It literally helps you with everything. It makes it where whenever you are at the maximum speed while you're running at all times. There's no like other like mitts or buts about it. Now, snaking is pretty easy, honestly. All you have to do is go prone, but then like while like middle of going prone, you got to run. Like press on your stick, you would run. Snaking could be used for like when you think someone's there but you're not 100% sure, so you know you can peek up and see. And then as you can see in this video, I use that information to be able to peek him since I know that he would be there, and it makes for easy kills. And this is the enemy's POV. As you can see, it's kind of hard to see me, and you know, you can't really shoot me. And if you've ever heard someone talk about a YY and you're curious what a YY is, it's basically what you see in this video right here. It's basically just spamming the Y button. The reason people do this is because it looks pretty flashy, especially when you're trying to hit a clip or before you're hitting a clip, before you shoot somebody. It's pretty flashy to do. Now, moving on from that, we're going to be talking about how you can peek corners and around corners so you don't get beamed so easily. Now I'm going to show you what you shouldn't do when you're going to peek a corner. So as you can see in that clip, you could see I was using no movement, like absolutely no movement. I was just walking to the right. But what I suggest is you should jump when you're about to go in, or slide jump. Or you could do a fake out where you jump in, go to the left, and go out again so it tricks them. So if you're ever in a situation where someone's above you and you don't know what to do, then you wouldn't do this in the background video. Because what I just did in that background video is just walking out in the open and shooting. What you want to do is try to find any type of cover, any type of ledge that you could try to get the opponent off guard, like on a different angle. A lot of movement is basically just not trying to make yourself such an easy target. And if you are going to run out like that, at least try to B-hop or something. If you ever find a situation where you're above them, then this is honestly an easy kill. But if you're still like kind of worried, like they're a good player, don't ever try to like jump down without any type of movement. You would want to try to jump off to like a side ledge or just jump down and then chow them from whatever angle that it is on your terrain. Doing this makes it an easier beam for you on your end, and also can catch them off guard. Don't ever peek a hard scoping sniper if you don't have a sniper, or you know, if you're not using any movement at all, because doing that is honestly just a death trap. What you should do instead is try to hit a jump shot using some movement so they miss their shots, especially if they're not that good at sniping. It's pretty easy for you to do. It's very niche to find a bad sniper in 2023, but if you do and you're trying to avoid it, just use as much movement as you can to catch them off guard. Because as you do that, they're obviously going to whiff their shots and miss their shots, and you'll be able to kill them really easily. If you're still not convinced about the automatic tack sprint from the snaking guide, then just watch this clip. You can tell the movement is way more smoother. And it just makes moving around that much more easier because you're at a maximum pace about the whole time. So before I show you this clip, all this is just a camera break. And I'm not going to go that in depth into the camera break, but what I can tell you is when you slide into somebody or you jump like right in front of somebody, it can sometimes mess up their aim assist if they're on controller. And it can make it where they can barely even lock onto you. Now this is what it looks like in game. Now it doesn't look that crazy until you see his POV. You can tell by this clip, you can see how bamboozled he really is about this. which just shows how powerful camera braking really is. And yeah, that's about all I got for y'all today. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like the content and you like this video. I really hope you did, because I spent a really long time on this. And also, if you subscribe, there is a bell. If you turn on the bell, post notifications, you will get a notification every time I post a new video. But yeah, I'll be hoping to see you all in the next video.